Hello everyone! We already talked about the different types of inks for scrapbooking that you can find, and in today's video we're talking about Distress Oxide inks. They are such unique and versatile inks that they deserve a video only for them. First, let's take a look at their characteristics, and then we'll show you some techniques you can do with them. What makes Distress Oxide so special is its formulation. Unlike distress inks, which are dye-based inks, oxides are a hybrid, as they contain dye and pigment. Moreover, they respond well to water, giving you the opportunity to make amazing effects with them. When comparing both inks, the differences are visible just by opening them. The distress inks part is dark because they are translucent inks, so you can see the color. The Distress Oxide inks are opaque because they contain pigment, allowing you to see the color on the pad. Now let's see how they perform. As you can see, the Distress ink's color is much more intense than the oxide color. Let's see the difference between them on a dark cardboard. You can't see any color of the Distress ink wand, but the one with the Distress Oxide is perfectly visible on the cardboard. Let's also compare its reaction with water. As Distress inks are dye-based, they don't react so much with water. However, as Distress Oxides are pigment-based, they work well with water even after the ink has dried. Now, let's see what you can do with these inks. You can use any kind of stamp and you'll obtain a much more defined result than with distress inks. As they are opaque, you can also get a good result by stamping in layers or on dark surfaces. And if you want to create a special effect, you can spray water to obtain a rusty effect. Of course, you can also use them as watercolors. Just put some color on a non-porous surface, such as glass or a silicone base, or you can even use a stamping block. Add a little water to the ink and start painting with a brush. One of the advantages of these inks is that they easily blend, and the best way to do this is by using domed applicators. This way, you'll get a more uniform finish and much smoother gradients. Now you can use different techniques to obtain a more original design. Splash a little water to get a rusty effect. Will be less pronounced if you air dry it or use a heat gun. And it could be much more pronounced if you dry the excess with a paper towel. The result can be a perfect background for a card or to create die cuts with the dye. Another advantage of its opacity is that you can create layers of color. To do this, apply the ink to a non-porous surface, spray it with water and run the paper over the inks. Once dried, you can do the same again to create more layers. You can also make this the other way around. Put some ink on a piece of acetate or plastic, spray it with water, and then transfer it to the paper. You can make small dabs or spread the ink with your fingers. And you can also create as many layers as you want. And if you use stencils, you can create different effects. You can make a background with your ink and then add a darker color with the stencil. Or you can use a wet paper towel to rub it through the surface to make it look like this. Another original technique is to stamp with water. Cover the surface with some color you like to create a background, and now put the stamp in some water and stamp it on your card. If you want your design to be more visible, use a paper towel to dry the excess of water. When choosing the stamp for this technique, remember that the design won't be perfectly defined, so maybe avoid highly detailed stamps. With these inks, you can even do embossing. As they are slow-drying inks, they are suitable for this technique. To preserve the ink color, use transparent powders. We're sure that if you have already tried Distress Oxide inks, you can't live without them, and if you haven't yet, don't doubt and get some because you will love them. The creative possibilities are almost endless, so experiment with them and enjoy creating. Let us know in the comments what you think, what technique you like the most, or if you use any technique we haven't talked about. See you in the next video.